Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check and took off. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get it fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my at the back that like a pogo. No do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap. Got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's time.
I got that check and took off. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I died. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get funky with too groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a dub for a verse. I do it for FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check and took off. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Washington Redskins. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time to Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second down, Johnson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go! 3-19!
To the air, Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Allen now on 1st down. And they can't bring him down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. It's a big play there for the Lions. 47 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll give it to him up the middle, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Now Allen. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Phillips. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll drop the throw. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Looking to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Back to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And Thomas has it. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing now is Allen. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
A really nice Nice return all the way up to the 40, but hold everything. The flag down. You see it on your screen. This one looks like it's going to come back. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here to the tailback. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now back to throw. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Well, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And that'll bring up 2nd down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. They'll set up to throw. His pass caught at the 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 3rd down, it's Phillips, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great effort there, taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Being chased out left. Throwing deep for Galladay. He's got it at the 15. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there for Detroit. 73 yards. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They get it to him running left. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, you're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games. Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. It didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. It's brought in by Dodson. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
They'll look to throw. And Reed with it over the middle. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Back to throw. The quick slant caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They'll set up a throw. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Redskins are going to take the lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. They go play action here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And it's a fumble. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a 1-play drive.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out into the Redskins. Have it they do.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover. But if there's ever a good time to do it.
Preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go. And maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And right side caught, Hogan. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen looks to throw on second down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Johnson the intended target, and it's third down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Chris Hogan in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. So we reach halftime here, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason. Week 2. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 24 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
He's found a hole in that zone. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Powell on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he finds a man. It's Fasano. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Leopard! Leopard!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
23 yards on the play. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive. Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead. Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach. It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here. It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel. Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Detroit!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Powell on the return. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone. Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And out across midfield down to the 45. So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Now let's go!
look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Screen play, Johnson. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
The Lions on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. Steps away to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. They will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Back to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. And they'll go on the ground. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Dancing to his left. He completes it to Bryant. And all the way to the opposite 45. It's a big play there for the Redskins on third down. 42 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 36-yard line here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here."
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now they try the right side here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.